Yes, hello all of you. I hope I am audible to everyone and my screen is visible. Okay,
Yes,
let's
sir.
continue. Yeah, thank you. Let's continue. So, in the last session, we were discussing about some topics. I told you that I will be showing you some analytics tool and the difference between them. Right? We'll see that particular thing. So, before that, we will have to actually understand how to get data, how to make your data ready. Right? Maybe in this case, from social media. So how to keep your data ready for analyzing. Let's try to complete that particular point. Maybe in coming session on I think it is on Thursday. So maybe at that time I will show you that comparison. So you will be in a position to understand all the things. Right. So here yesterday we actually completed with the first unit, right? And I started with the second unit itself, that is this particular one, relevant data and its collection. So I talked about data and its collection. I talked about different sources. Like I told you that data source can be a database, it can be data warehouse, it can be via streaming, it can be through what we can say. Data might be coming into batches, right? Not at once, but into batches, and it can be coming through some messaging techniques and some frameworks, some APIs, right? So there are different sources through which data can be collected. So talking about that particular point, data collection, yes, there are a number of possibilities. There are a number of sources of data. So that's what we try to talk about in the last session. Then we talked about this particular thing, people-centric approach, why it is very important, why people-centric approach is very important in any business, in any organization, right? Even if you go for development of any product, right? This particular approach is going to be really very important. Okay. Now, talking about this people-centric approach, just a minute. Mm, am I audible, all of you? I'm getting message from some people. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me know
Yes, so
let me know if someone is not able to hear, right? Because there seems some network issue. If it is there, please let me know. So yeah, so I was talking about this people-centric approach. It is very important because as we have discussed in the last session, you talk about any product, people are always going to be there. Like stakeholders. Stakeholders was the term which I was trying to talk about. Whenever we say stakeholders, so whosoever, directly or indirectly, whosoever is related with the project, right? So definitely people are always going to be there. That's why even if you say okay, people can be customers, people can be on the organization side, maybe developers, team, maybe managers, maybe architectures, right? So people-centric approach definitely is going to be. Even if you talk about it like a customer, people are customers. So yes, you should think in that way and you should proceed. So in that way only we should actually try to give the data from the social media. So we talked about that point. Now talking about this particular thing, we started with this one, organizing for social media, right? So the second point. So in this case, organizing for social media, how to organize your data for social media, right? And how social media is going to help in that case. So talking about this particular point, I started it like I told you some of the few points here. For example, uh, talking about that particular point, organizing for social media. Talking about this particular point, I can say here we can have some steps which are going to help us to organize your social media to increase your business or to get success into your business, right? Or for that matter, any kind of organization, it is going to be very useful. So, how to organize your social media for success? In short, I can say, right? So we will try to talk about that particular point. So in that case, if you remember, I listed down some of the points, right? So with related to this particular point, I think I talked about one important point, the first point, that is you need to always reassess, right? Do reassessment. So reassess your social media goals. So in that case, we talked about like why you started with the account on social media, right? So why you started with the social media? What was the what was the goal which you said earlier? So you need to reassess that. So consider your overall objective for your social media efforts, and specifically that you need to determine actually what you are trying to achieve with the use of social media. Like, are you looking to build your brand or increase your audience or drive the sales, drive the more sales? Is it the reason you started with social media, right? So if your social media objectives aren't aligned with those of your business, right, then they need to modify them. They need to modify them, make them as specific as possible, so that you can measure your results very appropriately, I can say. So that's why reassessment of your social media, right? Reassessment of your social media goals specifically. What were the goals when you started with social media? So reassessment of all those goals when you started with the social media is really very, very necessary if you go and if you want to achieve the relevant data for your business. Right. That's the first point we talked about yesterday. Now, another point we talked about, like, you need to evaluate whether your social media audience has changed or not. Right. So you need to do this evaluation for social media audience, right? Whether the social media audience is same or changed, right? So whether they are same or changed. So you need to evaluate this, because depending on this particular thing only, whether they are same or changed, right? So you need to put the content on your social media, whatever the social media you might be using, you need to go and you need to make the changes in the content, right? Because if you have some product, obviously you want more customers for that product, definitely you need to show everything about that product. So what's going to happen is, if your audience is itself is changed, obviously you need to change accordingly, right? So you need to check, you need to evaluate whether your social media audience has changed or not. So as social media actually continues to evolve, yesterday we talked about that, like it's evolving. Social media, whenever we talk about social media, it's evolving, it's always changing. It's not like it's going to be same always, right? So social networks also attract different participants. So obviously, day by day you will see there are more number of people who are actually trying to go on social media. So obviously there is a huge chance that you can attract more number of people for your product, or more number of participants. And that's why it's necessary. What type of audience you have now? It's really necessary to evaluate that particular thing. So for example, are the participants engaging with you on social media? uh, uh, for example, the target market you are seeking to reach, right? So are the audience following that particular thing? If not, do you need to reconsider your target audience or reassess your social media presence? So, to this end, it's useful to create actually what you can say, your social media persona, right? So you need to go and you need to change the things, you need to fit something new, so that more and more audience will be attracted. So, evaluation of audience is very, very necessary on the social media. Now, continuing with these points for this particular thing, organizing for social media, or how to organize social media in such a way that you will get success in your business, or at least you will be able to improve the business and get them more profit. So another point I can go and I can add it, like, you need to examine what your competitors are doing. So you need to think about the competitors, right? So what types of social media your competitors are using? So examine what your competitors are doing on social media venues, right? So you need to use a broad definition of competitors. For example, maybe including the top players in your field. So when you perform this type of analysis, right, the goal is to gather intelligence that you can transform into useful marketing tactics, right? So there might be some questions, there might be some points you can think about whenever you think about competitors, right? So it can be like, which social media platforms are your competitors using? You need to check that, right? You need to uh, keep a point on that. You need to have an eye on that. Which type of platforms they are using? Are they testing any new sites, right? Or do they have any multiple pages? This kind of things should actually done in businesses most of the times, right? And you need to check how engaged are their followers, and what are they actually, what are their followers count. You need to check that. What is the count of their followers, your competitors' followers? For example, are they taking advantage of the latest changes on existing platforms? Right? As we have seen that the social media platforms are always evolving, right? So are there any changes, and is the audience, or what you can say, are your competitors taking the advantage of all those changes, right, on the social media platforms, or are they doing anything new that you haven't considered doing? If so, does it appear successful? You need to check that, right? Or maybe what type of information are they sharing, and what do they have, what do they share, or when do they share it? You can go and you can check that particular thing also for your competitors. Or maybe do they appear to have greater activity or engagement as compared to your business? So all these things definitely are going to come into picture whenever you think about competitors of your business who are also in the same field. So that can be another point whenever you think about organizing for social media, organizing the relevant data for social media, right? From social media for your business. So here we are talking about relevant data. That's why we are trying to talk about all these points. Another thing we need to take into consideration whenever we are talking about this particular thing, organizing for social media. So you need to basically determine where you want to focus your social media effort, right? So you need to actually determine the focus, the most important point, where your effort should be focused on the social media, right? Based on your analysis of your goals, audience and competitors, or maybe decide, you can decide where you want to engage on social media, right? So which social media platforms are most important for your business? You need to check that. Decide how you will focus your effort on each network. Right? This is particularly important if you have limited resources, for example, in terms of human or in terms of financial resources. I'm trying to talk about. Right? Another thing you can ask, like, are the social media platforms the ones where your customers and competitors are active? Right? So you need to check. You need to focus. Are these the same social media platforms? Right? So all these things you need to take care, and you need to find out where your focus should be, where your effort should focus on, so that it will help ultimately to increase the business. Now, again, just as an extension of this particular point, right? Moving forward, you can go and you can actually add some of the activities, like for example, you can go and you can assess your current social media presence, right? You can do an assessment for your current social media presence, right? So what is your performance? What's happening right now on social media for your product? Yes. So current social media presence, go and assess the current social media presence. For example, you can go and you can examine your content on each social media entity, right? And you can actually have a lot of questions to be asked to assess your current performance on the social media. So, for example, maybe you can ask it like this. For example, is your description, or what you can say, summary or biography kind of a thing, right? Or bio. Is your description aligned with your social media goals, right? Whatever the goals you said earlier, is the bio which you have actually mentioned on the social media, is it aligned with those goals or not? Right? If not, you need to edit it to prevent your business effectively. Right? Another question can be like, you can ask like, is your information up to date or not? You need to check that. Or maybe is your social media image appropriate? Images which you are making use of on your social media, is it appropriate or not? Right? So the goal is to show that someone's home, and what you can say, uh, to make your presence welcoming actually. So this is actually good to check for all those things, right? And you can go and you can again ask the questions like, is your social media presence aligned with your brand, right? Your 360-degree brand, I can say, right? In all the ways, right? So you need to check that particular thing also. And do your social media profiles include relevant links to your website, maybe blog or other social media presence? If not, you need to go and you need to edit all those things. That is, in short, I can say, you can go and you can access your current social media presence. So in number of ways it can be assessed, in terms of, as I said, in terms of personal information, in terms of the product information, in terms of the what you can say, different other social media platforms inclusion, right? All those things are going to come into picture whenever we talk about these things. So this is also one of the important points whenever we talk about organizing social media for success. Okay, then the sixth point can be like related to content, I can say. because content is really very important whenever we talk about social media. So you need to plan your content creation for social media. So there should be a good planning done, right? Beforehand, it should be done, and you need to plan your content creation for social media platforms. So, since content marketing fuels the social media, you need to ensure that you are creating sufficient content, and that should be in the appropriate format, right? So, as per that social media, it should be in an appropriate format. That thing should be taken into consideration. Or what you can do is you can actually whatever the information or whatever the content you have on social media, what you can do is you can integrate those content or that activity into your organization's content, right? So that's also possible. So content planning is again very important. 7 point can be like you can go and you can establish a social media calendar for engagement and sharing, right? So again, you can have a separate calendar uh, which is going to help you to organize different or let which is going to help people know about different events which will be arranged by your organization, right? So you can go and you can establish a social media calendar for engagements and content sharing. So if you have already got this kind of a thing, right? If you already have got one calendar, which is actually in which you might have mentioned different engagements or different events which might happen, actually happen into your organization. So you need to ensure that it's aligned with your current social media objectives, right? Again, goals or objectives, I guess. So that is one point, and another point I can do and I can add it like you need to integrate social media with other elements of your marketing mix. So this particular point is again important: integration of social media with other platforms which you are going to make use of for your business. So it's like to make your marketing, to make your other marketing both online and offline more responsive. So you need to incorporate social media elements, uh, and you need to integrate all of them, and you need to check are you going to get any output from all these things or not. So integration of the social media with your organization's whatever the tools or the software which your organization is using. So I was talking about this integration part. So I'm saying that if your organization if it is using some third party software, so you need to check the social media platforms which you are using. Can you integrate the third party software with all the social media platforms, right? So because sometimes it will be really easy, it's very useful in terms of business also, right? So that's the 8 point, and I can go and I can further add other points like you need to go and you need to measure your social media results, right? So social measurement of social media results is again very important, and they should be done periodically. Every time it should be done actually. It's not like that we have done it one time and that's it. No. So as marketers gain experience with social media and allocate greater budget to it, it's necessary to show how their efforts actually give what you can say trackable results, right? So you can have other again, you can have some questions to consider here. So like, uh, do you use the context relevant calls to action to encourage participants to take the next step forward for the purchase, right? Towards the purchase, or maybe are you tracking the appropriate metrics to ensure that you can achieve your social media goals? So all these things are going to come into picture whenever we go and we think about this particular thing, organizing social media, right? So in short, I can just go and try to talk about all these things one by one. See, you need to reassess your social media goals before trying to get the relevant data for your business. You need to evaluate the audience whether they are same or changed. You need to think about competitors, what kind of social media they are using, if they are also working in the same domain, right? Are they using any new things, what their audience is doing, what they do like, and so on. You need to be clear about the focus. You need to be clear about your efforts actually should focus, right? Then you need to assess the current social media presence. What is the, what you can say, what is the performance of your current social media presence? You need to access that. You need to plan the content according to the business There should be a calendar which will talk about the events which will be coming in future. There should be an integration possible with social media with the help of other third-party tools which your organization might use. And obviously, social media results should be taken into consideration if you are trying to think about social media to make use of your business. So these are some of the points obviously which are going to come into picture whenever you talk about this particular thing, organizing for social media, right? Now, so that's why we talked about in the last session we talked about different sources, right? So as I told you that in case of social media, we have seen that okay, there are again different platforms for which you will get what you can say. mm, Maybe if I talk about Facebook like social media, so there will be different platform on which Facebook is going to store the data, right? So if you talk about Twitter kind of a platform, you might be having some other platform. So as I talked about different data sources, so all of these data sources you will find out at least in one of all these social medias, because whether we talk about social media or not, obviously at the end of the day it is always going to be about data only, because we are going to talk about data only. Without data nothing is possible, right? So as that's why we started with this particular term. Everything revolves around data only, even if it's social media. But again, our target is to get not only to get data, we need to get relevant data, because we have seen that data is just a raw material, and we should have authenticated data, we should have a relevant data, so that we can convert that into information and make use of that information into business to achieve the goal, to increase the customer base, to increase the profit, to avoid the risk, or to make good decisions. So all those things actually revolve around data. So that's why we are trying to talk about the data which is relevant for our business. So all these points should be taken into consideration. Now, as we talked about these first 2 to 3 points, now let's try to talk about choosing the focus data sources and social networks. So here, I already talked about this particular thing. I talked about data sources, right? In general, I talked about different data sources yesterday. And here it is, here this particular point, it is saying that how to choose focus data sources and social networks, right? So let's see what is this point actually talking about. So first of all, as we want to talk about, we want to understand this particular point, choosing focus data sources and social networks. So obviously there might be a question that what are the different data sources, right? So what are the different data sources? We have seen that, but here specifically we want to talk about data sources in social media channels, right? So I will go further and I will try to add this particular term, data sources in social media channels. So again, these also you are already aware about. So as we have seen, so if you talk about social media, obviously Facebook is going to come into picture. So Facebook is one of the social media data source, right? As you are very much aware about these two platforms, right? Right. This is also one social media platform. Instagram is also there. So we have listed down all those, right? LinkedIn is also there. Then you have different right? Different platforms like YouTube also. Then there is something called as Snapchat and all those things. So yes, there are a lot of social media platforms which can act as data sources in social media channels. Right? Now, again, now there is a question that how do we choose a social media platform for a particular business, right? So again, it's a very generic question. How you will go and you choose a social media platform for a particular business, right? So obviously, you need to first of all go and you need to identify the audience. So which audience is suitable for your business, right? So you need to identify that particular thing. You need to identify this audience onto social media, which audience is suitable for your business. So the first step is to identify your audience, right? Second step can be like once you identify the audience, obviously, as we have said earlier, right? So you need to go and you need to define your goals. You need to go and define the goals. So why we started with the social media. And once you identify the audience, you define the goals, and then you go and you find your audience according to the according to the goal, and whatever audience you identified, now you go and find your audience. Right? So it should be like this: one, two, and three in this manner, right? So if someone might be having a question like how do I go and choose a social media platform for any business? So yes, generally it should be like this. These are the general steps I can say. Identify the audience, define the goal, and then again find the audience. Right. Now again the other question can be like how social media is used to gather the data. So that's what we were trying to talk about actually. How one can make use of social media for gathering the data. Right. How it gathers data. So we know data is in different formats on social media, right? So social media actually, uh, you talk about any social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Insta, whatever. So social media data actually tracks how individuals engage with content or the channels, right? So how an individual person actually engage with the content or channels, right? For example, like LinkedIn. So here we try to talk about jobs, opportunities, right? So LinkedIn is for that one. So Facebook, maybe different people make use of Facebook for different purpose. So how actually people engage with the content on all the social media, maybe Twitter. So it gathers what you talk about any social media, any one of them. So what type of information they gather all the social media. So generally, if you go, suppose if you want to go and if you want to create a Facebook account. So obviously you need to go and you need to provide all the details, maybe mobile number, your name, maybe you need to create a username, maybe you need to give email ID, maybe you need to give address, right? And all those things. So social media actually what it does is it gathers different information in terms of numbers, right? Maybe in terms of percentages, I can say, and it gathers statistics, different statistics actually it gathers, and from which you can infer performance of your social media, right? So the information might be in terms of numbers, percentages. So the statistic it is going to show you maybe for how much time you are on the social media, right? What's the percentage, and all those things. Or what type of content you actually prefer. Who are your friends? How many of them they are connected with you, and so on. So it is in numbers, percentages, and statistics, right? And again, there can be a question like what are the main reasons for using social media networks, right? So as we talk, it all depends on perspective. It all depends on the reason why we join the social media, why an individual is going to join social media platform. So if you ask what can be the reason for using social media networks, right? So maybe someone will use social media just to stay in touch with, or maybe uh, just to, what I can say, just to stay in touch with what friends are doing, for example. So generally, you see there about 30-40% people join social media just to see what friends are doing, right? So 30-40% of audience is like that. Or maybe to stay up to date with news and current events, someone will join social media. That can be another reason, right? Or to fill up some spare time. That can be the reason for here about 20-30% of people at least. Or maybe to find some funny or entertaining content, I can say. And general networking with other people, right? Or maybe another reason can be like because friends are already on the social media, so someone will, people most of the times because of their friends they actually join social media. So that can be the reason. So, but here we talk about business. Obviously, you should need to be clear about that particular thing. Why actually you go and you join the social media if you are talking about business, right? Now, as we are talking about all these points, and as we have said that okay, as social media is there, so definitely there is going to be data, and data is very important in all terms. So, if you talk about individuals' security, obviously, data is very important, right? So now, as data is very important in terms of personal information, if I try to give an example, in terms of personal information, someone else's personal information, data is going to play a very important role if I try to talk about that particular point. Now, There can be again a question like, should a social network own our social data, right? So all the social networks, should they own our social data, right? So obviously, if you say the possibility of not using any social, not using your data by some of the social networking websites is almost impossible, right? Because everyone and everything, if you say, are actually online. So there can be a debate, right, whether a social network should own our social data or not, right? So obviously, if you just ask this kind of a question straightforward, right, the absolute answer is no. Definitely, it is no, right? So social media networks provide a structure for social interactions, right? So there are some what you can say rules which are already defined talking about the data. So we will see that. We will try to, as we are talking about relevant data, and we are trying to understand this particular term here, what is social data also. Okay. So whenever this particular point comes, choosing focus data sources and social networking, obviously all these things are going to come into picture. So without this, it is not possible. Social data. So in simple words, if I want to define social media here, right? So social media, social data here, if social data is just an information, I can say. Right? Information is a process data. So social media is just an information that social media users publicly share, which might include metadata, right? So you might be knowing about metadata. Metadata is, in simple words, it is a data about data. Okay. So how many number of columns are there? How many number of features or columns are there? How many number of observations are there? What is the length of each column? What is the data type of each column? And so on. So social data, this particular thing. Social data is information that social media users publicly share, right? Which might include this particular, which might include metadata such as users location also, or what type of language that user speaks, maybe some biographical data, right? Or maybe something like what type of links he or she actually shares. So all those things are going to come under social data. So along with metadata, all the other things, right? Which language the user speaks, what type of languages user can speak, what type of links or content that user shares. So this data is example of social data. Now here, if we try to start a discussion about smaller businesses, right? If I talk about lower level businesses or small businesses, particularly if I talk about, right? So again, which social media is suitable actually, which social media is best or suitable for small businesses, right? So we have seen that the social media platforms that work for large businesses will also work for small businesses, again, these things are again going to come into picture: Facebook, Instagram, like Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and so on. So yes, for smaller businesses also, they are again very useful. All the social media are again are very useful. Now, if you try to go and if you try to compare all the social media, as we are talking about choosing the focus data, so obviously, as there are a lot of social media platforms available, so one should be very much clear, right? Which social media is best out of that for my business. Suppose if I am running a smaller business, I should be having a clear idea about which social media is the best out of all this, because again there are a lot of options which are available, right? So most of the people you will see maybe Facebook, YouTube kind of a thing. So if you go and if you try to just survey, you will find out that obviously Facebook is going to be at the top. Facebook, YouTube, right, are at the top. So Facebook, if specifically if you try to talk about here about what I can say, uh, most of the people, whether it's a smaller business or a larger one, you will see they make use of this particular thing, Facebook, Facebook social media, right? And Facebook is actually like the biggest social media site around, I can say, with with more than 2 billion people using it every month. So you can just think of it, right? I'm talking about 2 billion. You can just think of it. It's a very big platform for almost all the businesses. Right? And when it comes to the social media like YouTube, again, it's also the good one, right? So YouTube is a video sharing platform where users watch what you can say billion hour of videos every day. So you can just think of what how much big data is actually available on YouTube, right? Again, if you talk about WhatsApp, it's also good. If you talk about some other messengers, yes, they are also can be, they can also be used. But Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, these are some of the biggest platforms which are available today, which one can make use of for different businesses, right? And as we talked about all these platforms, right? So either you say platform or social media sites for smaller business or larger business, right? So again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit is also there, Quora is also there, right? So yes, there are different platforms that are available. Now coming to data storage of all the social media. So specifically, if I go right, so as we are talking about choosing the focus data, so obviously choosing the focus data sources. So obviously, as we are talking about social media data, so this data is also this data will also be stored on some platform, right? So where is social media data stored actually, right? So as we are talking about this particular platform, social media data. So obviously, as it's a data, it must be stored somewhere. But where is this social media data actually stored? Right? So they are actually kept on a variety of different vendors' storage servers. Right? So the term server you might be aware about. So it depends on vendor, which to which vendor you have asked to store the data. So different vendors will be having different servers, right? And that data will be put on different servers. So I'm talking about social media data, maybe the data of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. So different vendors will be having different servers to store the data. So this storage is measured not in gigabytes but in terabytes and petabytes. I think you understand terabytes, petabytes, 10 used to power 21 zeros. It is such a big data, so it's not in gigabytes, right? So generally it is in terabytes and petabytes. So the social networks keep their server farms in data centers and co-located, right? So there are different data centers where this kind of data will be kept, right? And when possible with major what I can say, many times you might have heard about something called as NAP, which actually stands for internet network access point, right? So whenever the servers, they try to keep servers connected with the help of something like this. So the basic point is where the data of all the social media platforms stored, or where the social media data actually stored. So it is actually stored on different servers of different vendors. Right? Vendors are the companies or organizations which are going to provide the storage for storing the data. Right? Now, again, as we are talking about social media data, so social media data can be in different formats, right? So we know that sometimes it can be qualitative data, right? Sometimes it will be quantitative data. So whenever as there are some terms in your syllabus itself, I think in your lab, there are some techniques which we are going to talk about, like linear regression, logistic regression, or maybe in machine learning you might have heard about all these things. So whenever we try to talk about, or whenever we try to develop the models with the help of different techniques like linear regression, which is used for predictive modeling, logistic regression, which is used for developing the classification models. So whenever we talk about all these things, techniques, obviously you need to check whether your data is qualitative or quantitative, because depending on that only you will be in a position to apply different statistics to that particular data, right? Because if the data is categorical, you need to make use of something called as mode. If the data is not categorical, if it's numeric continuous, you need to make use of something called as mean or median. So yes, Now the question is the same thing happens with social media also? Is social media qualitative or quantitative? Right? That can be a question. So social media research is a form of research using social media. So generally, many people are there who are already working in the research for social media. Right? So research agencies such as there are different research agencies which work in house, right? And they actually try to uh, what you can say work with this kind of a data, qualitative and quantitative, for getting the in-depth knowledge of that data by having some research. So yes, to answer the question, is the social media also available in this format? Yes, it's available. It can be qualitative, it can be quantitative also, many times. Right. And again, as you people are already aware about, it's not like that there are only advantages of social media. There can be some disadvantages also in case of social media. So in general, so it all depends. It all depends on how actually we make use of that, right? Because you know that social networking has totally changed the way people interact with each other, right? And also there are some negative effects which include it might be like someone will go and someone will try to do this particular thing, identity theft, right? So many times we have seen that there can be different frauds. So identity theft, it is possible, right? There might be something like some cyber crimes. We call it as cyber bullying, which is also possible. That can be a disadvantage of social media many times, right? Or maybe you can say decrease social interaction in real life. Right? That's what we are actually experiencing right now. And social isolation, definitely it is there, right? With the excess use of social media, it's always there, right? So in with the increase in mobile social networking, it could be possible and it could cause further health problems also. So these are some of the negative effects of social media. Yes, they are actually there. So again, if someone asks you why to use social networks or why to use social media, or what can be the topmost reasons for using social media for choosing the focused data, right? So it is just that as I talked about different reasons, right? It depends. It depends on what type of a business you want to run or what is your purpose, what is your goal. Maybe as I talked about earlier that to stay in touch with friends or with colleagues, right? Maybe to stay up to date with the current news and events, to spare time, maybe to find funny content, to share photos and videos, and general networking with the others, right? Or maybe to search and buy products. Or maybe generally people use the things like Twitter, right? They use to share their opinions. So yes, there are different purposes, but with the help of the data which social media generates, definitely that data actually helps a lot of businesses, right? So depending on the data sharing by different people, the social media data, right? Or what I can say, social media content, right? It can be divided into different types, right? So the many times you will see the content is like interactive content, right? So you will see this kind of content on social media to what people actually share, right? So interactive content allows viewers to respond to it more than just like comments or likes. So you can go and you can answer someone if someone is saying something, right? So obviously, uh, this can be one type of a social media content you will come across, right? Another social media content most of the times you see is ebooks, PPT, PDFs, and all those things you'll be able to see, right? Another content can be some content you will see if you talk about sentiments. So strongly positive contents you will see on social media. Many times with the type of data, with different type of a data, you will see that there will be visual content also possible, right? There will be visual content which you will come across if you talk about type of a social media content, right? Or maybe you might have heard about this type of a content which is called as UGC. That is nothing but user generated content, under which everything, almost everything actually comes. Right? UGC, user generated content. So these are some of the types of content you will come across when we talk about social media data or social media content items. Okay, and all these platforms, so whatever we have seen till now, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, right? So they can be very much used in a proper way. They can be very much used to go and to advertise the businesses, right? So that's why we have seen why all these social media platforms are actually best for advertising or making the publicity of your business, right? Now, so we just try to understand this particular thing using the focus data sources and social networks. So it all depends on what type of business you run and what is your goal. So all these social media things are going into are going to come into picture. So many times you will see that people will also divide social media in different platforms. So it depends. It depends, right? So if you talk about social media in maybe outside India or maybe in United States, so it actually consists of several different types of widespread communication, like or maybe in any country you talk about, right? So television also it can be one social media, right? Radio, if you go further and if you try to talk about all this, yes, they can be one of the sources where they can also generate data, right? They can also help businesses. So television, radio, cinema is also one of the most useful thing for businesses in the current scenario, right? And obviously, can you forget about newspapers, right? So till now we talked about digital content, but yes, this is also one thing which can help, right? Obviously, we already talked about internet, or I can say specifically internet-based websites, right? So these are also types of media. I can say these are types of media which can act as helpful things in some business. Okay? So we try to talk about social media data. We try to talk about different types of social media, and here we try to talk about different types of media also, which will help different businesses. Right? Now, as we talked about social media content, so content is actually defined as uh, what is inside or included in something. Right? We call it as content. An example of content is like, for example, there is a jar, right? Simple meaning, the word itself tells you. So there are beans inside that jar, right? So an example of content is beans inside of a jar, right? Words inside a book. So content, what it contains, and that is going to be our data. Okay, because see, this is the thing which is going to we will go further and we will later on try to talk about something called as KPIs. In this unit itself, we will try to talk about KPIs somewhere here. Yeah, see, you can see this particular data, KPIs. Somewhere here also you can see KPI. So we will go further and we will try to talk about this particular term later on. So this thing, all these things, whatever we have discussed, it will help us to understand KPI. Everyone knows the full form of KPI actually, key performance indicator, right? But yes, we will see this particular thing in detail. For example, there are different examples of KPI. If you just go and want to list down the examples, there are a lot of examples. For example, maybe number of new contracts signed per period, right? That can be one of the KPI. Number of new contracts, that can be one key performance indicator. Or maybe dollar value for new contract signed per period, or maybe number of engaged qualified leads in sales, right? Or maybe hours of resources spent on sales, that can be one KPI. Average time for conversion, that can be another KPI, or net sales. These are some of the key performance indicators which will come into consideration. Net sales in terms of rupees or dollars, whatever it is. Right? So those things, whatever we have actually tried to talk about right now, obviously all those things are going to help us to achieve the key performance indicators. Right? So that's why we are just trying to explore all these things as much as possible. So choosing focused data sources and social networks. So it all depends on your goal and it all depends on what type of business you are actually running. Now, talking about this one, collecting and understanding social media data. So again, this is a similar term, not that much of different. Collecting and understanding social media data. So as we talked about that, even though we talk about social media data, so as it's a data at the end of the day, right? So obviously there will be some storage which will be required to store the data. So I say that there are different vendors which are going to provide servers. So the data will be stored on servers. What is server actually? Server is where you go and where you have different clusters. Or you might have heard about something like racks. So RAC, right? You might have heard about racks. Like this is one hard disk, this is one hard disk on top. So hard disks put on top of one another like this. And maybe one of the hard disks stores data in gigabytes, petabytes, terabytes, and so on. So real application clusters, right? Clusters of what you can say the storages. So these are the racks. These are called as racks, real application clusters. So that is nothing but server. So data will be stored on server, even though it's a social media data, but at the end of the day, it's also data. So data will be stored on server, and as per their policies, the access will be given to uh, to different organizations or to different individuals. I can say. So depending on the policy, access will be given to different people on that complete data, right? So that's a different part actually. Okay, so here talking about this particular point, collection and understanding social media data, right? So till now we talked about a lot about social media. We talked about different social media platforms. So in short, social media data is collected. Is actually what. So till now we have seen social media data is also data which is taken from different social media platforms. So in short, I can say social media data is the collected information from social networks, which actually show how users share, view, or engage with your content or profile. So as I told you that social media information, social media data can be in numbers, it can be in characters, right? So social media data is just a collected information from different social networks, which will help to show how users share, view, or engage with your content or profiles. So these numbers, percentages, and statistics, they actually provide actionable insights concerning your social media strategy, right? So some examples of raw social media data can include what people share, right? What type of information generally people on the social network sites they share. So that can be one of the social media data, right? So as we are talking about collecting and understanding social media data, so first of all, that's why I just had to give you an introduction about social media data itself. So it is just information. See, try to understand. It's a information. I'm saying information is a process data. You already seen that. So it's a information which is collected from social networks, right? Now again, how is how is actually the data collected from social media? So social media data, as we have seen, that it's an information collected from social media platforms. For example, on Facebook, social media data includes like number of likes, right? This is example of social media data which is on Facebook. Number of likes, or maybe uh, number of followers, right? Or maybe increase in the number of followers, I can say, or maybe number of shares of your post. If you have shared one post, so how many number of shares are there? This can be one of the social media data, right? So this kind of a data you will see in case of Facebook. On Twitter, results include number of impressions or retweets, right? Or maybe if you talk about another social media like Instagram. So in case of Instagram, right, hashtags we use, right? Hashtag usage and engagement rates are included in raw data. Right? So how many number of hashtags, how many number of engagement rates are there? What is the engagement rate actually? So this kind of a data can be a raw data. which can be converted into information in terms of all this, in case of all this social media, right? So it all depends which type of a social media we actually make use of, and depending on that only, we need to think how to collect the social media from that social media data from the social media. Suppose in our use case, what we'll be doing is, so we'll be having one use case for Twitter, as we are going to have one use case for Twitter in the lab. So what we will do is, we will try to check for hashtags. Suppose, suppose I want to know, uh, I want to know about this particular thing. I want to know about this brand, Fast Track, right? So I will try to check for hashtag Fast Track, because whatever is the information which is related to that particular brand, I want that information, because I will be concerned about that business. So I will just go and look out for the required information. I do not want unwanted data. I want the data which is going to help me to increase my business, or which is going to help me to make good decisions for my business, right? So I will make use of this kind of a thing. That's what we will be doing in our case also. But before that, our data is going to go through a lot of steps. It is going to be cleaned first. So we will see in R, we will see in R, we will talk about that, how to clean your data. Right? Suppose this is for one product. I want to check for some celebrity. So yes, I can do it for that particular person also. Suppose some XYZ person, ABC person, for that person I want to check what people are talking about him or her on Twitter. Right? So with the help of hashtag, I can go and I can try to get the data about that particular person, get the tweets about that person, and try to see what people are talking about, whether they are positive, negative, or neutral. Right? And this kind of a use case actually we will try to implement in our case from the Twitter data. So in that case only, we will go and we will try to create a live Twitter data with the help of R language. So that's what we will see, because we have something like this, and they have already mentioned one use case related to this particular thing in our lab. Okay. So these are the things which I wanted to discuss today for this session. So till now we are done with this particular point. Right? I just started the discussion on this one. Maybe we will try to talk about other theoretical points which are remaining in the coming classes, and we'll try to explore them as much as possible, and we'll try to relate them in the lab. Okay. And so those who did not send their seat numbers or roll numbers, just send it in the chat box. That will be for your attendance. I hope almost everyone has sent it. Just send me your roll numbers or seat numbers. If you haven't sent it yet, I will stop here. Okay. The remaining things we will try to discuss in the next session. Yes, yes. Those who did not send their number, just send it to me. I will stop. Okay, I think everyone is done. Okay, then all of you. I will stop here.